Allez, comment ça va, Joker, pour un petit live d'une heure sur Starfield. C'est bon.
Dégage! Mais je suis arrivé! Même si j'avais quelque chose sur ma route.
Je vous préviens, ça bug ou ne chouïa quand même. Et ça fait toujours le shit. Pardon. Là. Oula, mon micro était très bas. Je savais pas que j'étais sur Aquila par contre. J'étais sur Aquila. J'ai pas trop. Activité. Ah, et je crois que j'avais vendu plein de trucs parce que j'avais trop de choses sur moi. Pas réussi à vendre. Et aussi. Ça, effectivement. Est-ce qu'on m'entend correctement? C'est good thing. Les achats vous me mettre en pied, c'est très bien. Bonjour, Sam.
Alright, we're here. You ready? Because once we get started, I'm gonna be riding your tail till this is over. Well, hey, hold up. Looks like you got someone with you already. And if I'm reading the eyes right, they got some personal business to attend to. Might want to finish that first.
Elle. C'est ultra chiant d'avoir des gens vivants. Je vais te faire ça parce que l'autre me casse les couilles.
Lifting off right away, or do you need a little
You're
bit of
entering
time?
United Colony space. Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. Go ahead and land.
Cool, merci. Derrière ces créatures.
I picked up something you might be interested in.
Cool.
If you don't mind, Admiral Logan's office shouldn't be
Admiral Logan office.
terribly far. Let's go.
C'est vrai que j'avais mon petit jetpack.
Captain! Over here.
Et ouais.
The workup's in the cabinet's hands. They said they'll call for us once they've gotten to properly review it. But listen, I know I should have been more forthcoming about who I
Ça
was.
c'est encore une autre
earlier.
quête.
So, in the interest of full disclosure, there's one more thing you ought to know before we head up there. My relationship with the UC. It's more complicated than it might seem at first glance. The UC's actually the only reason I'm here in the first place. I am a clone of a man named Francois Sanon, one-time fleet admiral of the UC during the Colony War, former head of the UC Navy. They called him Ve Victus, woe to the defeated, in Old Earth Latin, a title he earned. The program I was a part of, it was the UC's attempt to create a new generation of military minds from one of their most respected tacticians. Secure the leadership of the UC military for generations to come.
Ah, proche de...
A non-trivial amount of gene editing. Clone, honestly, isn't even really the right term for our relationship, thanks to the amount of donor material that was required to bring me into this world. He and I are different on more than a few levels, but there's no denying the fact we're inextricably linked. I'm the last. A few of my siblings, they passed when we were young. Training accidents and the like. But most of the rest were deployed to the front lines during the Colony War, and they never came back. Not a day goes by where I don't think about what the world would look like with them still in it. I'm getting there. The man I was cloned from, my father, was executed for acts he committed during the war. The man caused a lot of death on both sides. Freestar Collective and UC. Military and civilians. And the things he did, well, they're a part of the reason the UC and Freestar Collective aren't really on great terms to this day. So my involvement, it could be another obstacle they throw at us up there. I just wanted you to be forewarned. I I really appreciate you saying that. I just thought you deserved to know, considering how much you've done already. You know, while we've got a second, was there anything else we needed to discuss? I know you got dropped into the middle of this pretty fast. Or if you've got any last-minute business to attend to, now might be a good time. No telling how long the cabinet's gonna keep us waiting out here. Come find me when you're done. Yes, what?
Yes, what?
I recognize that some may find our security protocols unreasonable. I am unfazed by their concerns.
We didn't get where we are by sitting on our laurels. Our laurels, in fact, became uninhabitable a long time ago. Helps to remember that.
If you have business with my office, you'll need to make an appointment.
Ta tenue est ridicule.
It's no secret that at any given time, I have 3 ambassadors who all want completely opposing things from the United Colonies.
I'm quite busy, so if you'll excuse me.
Cool.
This isn't a good time to talk.
On est là,
If you
question.
don't mind, I'd like to speak to Admiral
Yes.
Logan's office. Shouldn't be terribly far.
Et on y est, connasse. On est chez l'amiral Logan et elle lui parle pas. Qu'est-ce qui se passe là?
My appointment's late as full. Maybe
Qu'est-ce que tu fous? Elle se fout de ma gueule et c'est en train de m'énerver. Ces 2 connards sont littéralement un à côté de l'autre là. Oh putain. Il y a des quêtes qui sont en train de bugger l'une avec l'autre et c'est en train de me saouler. Parce que si maintenant l'autre je peux pas avancer avec parce que elle est buggée dans sa quête, putain je désinstalle le jeu et je... Putain. Je ne le ressors plus jamais.
Still no word from the cabinet.
Allez.
Then I guess it's just a...
The cabinet meeting is about to begin. All parties, please proceed to the cabinet chambers.
Allez, entrez.
Ah, welcome. You must be the captain Hadrian mentioned in her report. You have our thanks for the risks you faced in securing this information.
Oh, I'm sure she did.
Yes, well, precisely how urgent is what I hope we'll determine here today. So now, we have 2 petitioners here making a surprising request. Access to the UC Xeno Warfare Team's Terramorph data, currently housed in the Armistice archives. A request which will require not just this body's agreement, but that of all 3 Armistice signatories. UC, Freestar Collective, and House Varun. Now, Captain, we've all read Hadrian's report on the subject, but we have yet to hear from you. Perhaps you could summarize for the Cabinet what it is you see as the goal of this endeavor.
That's quite the leap, Captain. Madam President, I object to the very premise of this meeting. While no one would argue that what happened on Tau Ceti was anything less than a tragedy, terramorph attacks are not some sudden new threat on the horizon. They've been happening for generations. To demand we hand over banned archival knowledge and possibly upset the balance of galactic diplomacy because of a single attack seems at best panic. And at worst, a power grab by the daughter of a bloodthirsty warmonger and her associates.
I would remind the chief diplomat who he's speaking to. If it's my father you're looking to address, you're welcome to consult a medium. I would also ask how many deaths the cabinet requires to act. 50? 50,000? Because if tragedies like Tau Ceti are just prelude to more attacks, I have no doubt you'll get the body count you require.
Let's keep this civil, shall we? And while there should be no doubt the preservation of life stands paramount among this body's duties, Chief Yassine has a point. Will a single attack, however troubling, be sufficient to convince the other factions to grant us access to what they no doubt consider weapon data? I don't think it's enough. Perhaps you can help, Captain. As the one who actually collected the sample in question, did this terramorph seem at all alarming to you?
That is worth considering. This attack took place on an almost completely uninhabited world. The casualties were minimal as a result. But if there's another attack, will we be so lucky?
Yes, a fine point, Admiral. So then, Captain, given the discussion now and the information you've been privy to thus far, if you were in our position, would you grant the request made to open the archives?
I'm uncomfortable opening the archives without gathering more information. However, if that's the path forward you prefer, then so be it.
Et ce qui est bien, c'est que je t'avais pas du tout demandé ton avis en fait.
As am I.
I suppose that does get to the heart of the point, doesn't it? Very well. I consent. The galaxy was lucky you were here today, Captain.
You and I are in agreement, Chief Diplomat. So, if there are no other objections, I believe we can agree to give our full backing to make the request to... What was that?
Attention. An incident has occurred. Facility lockdown engaged.
Incident? Chief Sarkin, what's happening?
There's been an attack at the spaceport. Terramorphs.
Terramorphs. More attacks. Just as predicted.
Good God.
Damn it. They're here. Now.
There must be another explanation. The creatures evaded our scanner somehow.
C'était elle qui les balançait genre sur son
Conjecture later. Chief Sarkin, order the evacuation of the spaceport and have your men contain the things, but do it discreetly. The last thing we need is a citywide panic.
Yes, ma'am.
Admiral Logan, the local barracks can provide support?
I'll make the order myself. The nearest anti-Xeno squad, though, is off-world. Going to take a while to bring them in.
Well then, we'll have to make do with the tools we've got. You two, we can't risk those things getting out of the spaceport. I want you both on the next train there. We'll let them know you're coming, and that you've dealt with these things before. Now go show them how it's done.
We're on it, ma'am. Captain, I'm right behind. Let's get down.
The fuck?
Now! That's it. Now hit him with everything you've got. We're trying to help you.
Mais attends une seconde, je suis censé utiliser du coup quoi. Arme EM.
target.
Lights out on that one.
Thank you for what you did. We didn't want to hurt them.
The way those people were acting, I've seen this before. They were under the Terramorph's influence, weren't they?
I don't know. They were down at the port and they just started screaming. We tried to restrain them, get them on the train to get them out of harm's way, but some of the other officers down there, we couldn't restrain them fast enough. They just started firing on us. People we knew. They went berserk.
Pheromonic projection. Some Terramorphs, they can induce this fog. It affects everyone differently, but some people just lose control, turn against everyone around them, even if they don't want to. They're like a puppet. You kill the morph, you break the hold. But this means we're gonna need to be real careful with our fire, and keep that EM weapon at the ready. Let's do it.
Nat's unlocked. Please, do what you can to help them.
Was that you? God, no time to waste, Captain. Stash the EM and pull some firepower. Let's move!
For the spaceport district. All citizens are required to proceed to the nearest shelter.
Hey, chair! Hey,
Come on, back up!
Don't just stand there!
Acknowledge me. Pas très agressif, hein.
Wait, officer? Are you and this woman experts? Take whatever we can get right now. We've got the remaining creatures locked down on the landing pad. We're barely holding our perimeter. They said you've done this before. Well, one fire team to spare and whatever supplies you need. But I can't risk them taking over any more of my men. Put those things down and do it fast. We'll hold them as best we can.
Heard you might be looking for some backup. You say the word, we're out there on your 6.
You two have any experience with Terramorphs before?
Only the brief they just gave on the way here. But we know how to handle pressure.
Surviving a full-on mental assault isn't the same as keeping your cool in a firefight. Might make you more liability than asset.
We're not UC security. You don't need to worry about us. Roger that. We're on you.
Prepared.
Salut Nora. Oui, ça faisait longtemps. Comment tu vas?
Captain! You're going to be okay! It's not real! Whatever you're experiencing right now, it's not real! We have to put down that lore! Nothing's gonna save you! Nothing's gonna save you!
Here! I'm over here!
Écoute, moi ça va très bien.
Oh God! Please don't let me die!
C'est sur un jeu qui est pas trop mal. Pas le meilleur jeu du monde, mais bon, bonne distraction. Bah, si t'as fait Starfield, toi, tu as commencé où si t'intéresse. Nana. On en déjà. C'est bon. Peut-être me faire au fusil à pompe. Un peu plus lourd, j'ai un peu. Qu'est-ce qu'il fait cet abruti? Il est au milieu du passage.
You can't beat it. It's too strong. Give up now.
Au 20.
Target down. Nice work, Captain.
It's
Of course it is nice work.
If these things reached the populated areas of the city, we would have had...
Qu'est-ce qu'il...
Send in the cleanup crew. Work's done.
Uh-huh.
Guess they weren't kidding about you two. The universe put the right people in the right place. Certainly doesn't feel like it.
I don't want to think what would have happened if you two hadn't been here.
Just glad we could rise to the occasion. Captain, we should report back to the President. Let her know the Terramorphs have been dealt with.
Oh,
Take care of yourself, Sergeant.
Attention. The spaceport has been secured. Safety precautions remain in place. Please wait for the all-clear signal before exiting your homes. That is all.
Attends.
let your people all know how much we owe them today. Captain, Hadrian, it would appear that the cabinet owes you our thanks for what you did for the city today. As well as an apology. Your concerns about the Terramorphs, well, consider them validated.
Thank you, ma'am.
Of course. I only wish we could have acted sooner. Now, today's events have only clarified our path forward in the eyes of the Cabinet. You will have our full support in collecting the Terramorph data from the archives, as well as a subsequent investigation into the nature of these attacks. But to accomplish those goals, we're going to need the right people in the right places. As such, the Cabinet has authorized me to reinstate you, Hadrian, effective immediately, to your former rank of Major. As soon as we've got the data in hand, we want you investigating these attacks and how to stop them. Will you do this?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. I'd be honored.
Excellent. But as you've both made clear, for such an investigation to succeed first, we're going to need someone to convince the Freestar Collective and House Varun to play ball. Someone who knows precisely the sorts of dangers the colonies and all the galaxies are facing right now. The Cabinet wants you, Captain, to be that representative. We do. In exchange, we're willing to fast-track your citizenship upon collection of the data. So, will you help us? It has its perks. Only citizens can purchase property in the city. We also pay reduced prices on most goods and services across the UC. There's also a credit disbursement when you first join. Help get you on your feet. But above all, you'd become a dedicated part of the greatest faction in the galaxy. If you're willing to help us, we can open that door. I'm glad to hear it. Now, we, of course, won't be sending you in without the proper support. Deputy McIntyre in the Office of Interstellar Affairs will be your guide on gaining access to the archives. You should be able to find her in her office across the hall. And on behalf of the whole of the United Colonies, you have our thanks. You're dismissed.
No problem.
I'm gonna go check in with Chief Engineer Kulkarni. Start getting a plan together for that data.
Bien. Moi, je vais aller faire ce que je voulais faire de base. Pas du tout ça. C'était ça.
There are so many different groups across the settled systems, it's hard to keep up with all the
Allez,
work they're
ça y
doing.
est. Pousse-toi!
By the way, Captain, Sergeant Yumi was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
Ok. Je pas, je m'occupe de certaines choses. Pourquoi Reprise t'avais arrêté? J'avais arrêté de jouer à ce jeu en fait. J'ai pas arrêté d'être sur Spider-Man 2 pendant longtemps, donc ouais. Ouais, j'ai fait reprise de Starfield. Ouais, un certain temps. Et colis? Qu'est-ce que t'as commandé de beau?
Sarah Morgan.
Ah.
It's been what, almost 10 years?
Admiral, it's good to see you again, sir.
You're not required to address me as sir. That protocol ended the moment you dropped your clusters on my desk, remember?
Look, Admiral, I'm not here to open old wounds.
Old wounds is an interesting turn of phrase, given our past. Listen to me, Commander. I'm not sure why you're here, but whatever it is, why don't you just get to it?
I'm here because I need your help, Admiral.
You need my help. That's interesting. The last time we spoke, you made it quite clear that you were turning your back on the Navy.
That was a decade ago. Things change. People change. Admiral, please. I didn't come here to argue.
Un deuxième
I'm
écran,
here
une bonne
to
souris
come
en
to
vie. Ah,
terms with my
cool!
past.
C'est bien. J'attends que mon écran, enfin mon écran. J'attends que suite à un service après-vente que j'ai fait pour mon écran, tu me renvoies mes accessoires vu que ces connards les ont oubliés.
Just who in the blazes are you anyway? I see. And as Sarah's associate, perhaps you could kindly explain to me why I shouldn't have the both of you escorted from the building.
With all due respect, Admiral, this is ridiculous. If you have a problem with me, then there's no need to berate my colleague.
I don't have a problem with you, Commander. I'm simply trying to determine why you deserve the Navy's help.
Pourquoi vous méritez l'aide de la marine, pas pourquoi vous avez besoin.
That's quite a noble gesture. Is this true,
Ouais, c'est des abrutis. Ils ont dû réparer un de mes écrans pour un petit truc. Ils me demandent impérativement de leur envoyer le câble d'alimentation et du coup les accessoires de l'écran. J'envoie ça. 2 semaines plus tard, mon écran revient. Ces connards, ils ont pas renvoyé le câble d'alimentation ni le pied de l'écran. En clair, je me retrouve avec un écran inutilisable. Et là, pour t'expliquer, ils m'ont renvoyé l'écran. Je l'ai récupéré le 14 octobre. On est le 15 novembre. Je n'ai toujours pas récupéré mes accessoires. C'est vraiment des abrutis. C'est Darty, hein, pour pas les nommer, hein, si jamais.
I see. The fact that you'd risk your own lives to solve this mystery speaks volumes.
They were my responsibility, Admiral. One way or another, I intend to bring them home.
I understand. And I believe I owe you an apology, Commander. Our last encounter has obviously distorted my impression of your character.
Okay.
What can I do to help?
If you wouldn't
Boulanger, j'ai jamais pu faire leur service après-vente, mais en tout cas leurs produits sont pas dégueux. Amazon commande régulièrement, jamais eu de soucis avec leur SAV. Et après LDLC, ils font partie de... LDLC, ils font partie de Matériel.net et la majorité... Enfin, non, Matériel.net fait partie de LDLC. Et la majorité de mes produits viennent de Matériel.net. C'est en train de me casser. C'est bon. C'est fini. Là, je disais, boulanger, ils ont des bons produits. Amazon, je commande régulièrement. Ouais, je disais, LDLC, ils font partie de... Enfin, Matériel.net fait partie de LDLC. La majorité du matériel que j'ai vient de là-bas, donc des bons trucs. J'ai mis tous avec leur SAV.
My ship is in tatters, all dented and worn, but I trust my old engine to get back by morn. Way ho, out in the blackness, way ho, out in the void. Way ho, get me back to my true love, as quick as an old asteroid. Always happy to meet a stranger. Hope my singing was to your liking. Oh, and now you've made mine. Afraid my ship's got the next jump plotted in, so I'm away. Fair travels.
Elle était pas mal leur petite chanson. A plus, bonne soirée. Et merci d'être passé. Oui, c'est vrai qu'il change de vaisseau, j'ai oublié ce détail. On peut vraiment explorer en fait. Elle qui m'a parlé m'a fait peur. Bah oui, j'ai pas pu vendre ce que j'avais dans le vaisseau. C'est ça que ça pue. Out of this. Je suis curieux de voir à quoi ça ressemble. Ah. Oh bah non, mais c'est plus longtemps. Casque. Hors de sac à dos. Ah, il me met 0 sur le seul. Rien fou. Casque de constellation.
Why are you bothering to carry all that junk?
Est-ce que je vais les mettre au-dessus pour gagner de la place? Donc. Porte ça.
I can't believe I'm here. It feels like walking into a dream. I'm okay. It's just so surreal. Phew. Okay, so let me get my bearings for a moment. Yes, this looks correct. Those rock formations nearby look familiar. My old campsite shouldn't be far. Good. Once we get to the campsite, we'll use that as a starting point to search for the cruise shuttle wreckage. Let's go. Zeroing in on anything useful? This must be some debris from my shuttle. Not exactly a textbook landing, but I didn't have much of a choice. Well, this is it. This is the spot where I spent close to a year waiting for rescue. Not exactly Paradiso, is it? Yeah? Well, inside I'm a shattered wreck. So, joke's on both of us, I suppose. Look at this thing. It's been sitting here rusting. I think we need to grab an emergency power cell to get the ship's computer up and running. Sure, if we're lucky. When I was stranded, I set up a distress beacon powered by emergency power cells. The beacon was up there on the plateau.
On the plateau?
I guess it's time to start climbing.
Oupla. On se faire chier de toute façon. Comme ça qu'on joue à un jeu Bethesda. Aucun intérêt à jouer à un jeu Bethesda autrement que comme ça. Là, c'est effectivement la perte de temps. On pense que c'est un raccourci, mais en fait, pas du tout. Oh. Voilà, merci. Pourquoi ? Comment rendre une quête encore plus chiante qu'à donner ? Soyez développeur chez Bethesda. Nous vous garantirons d'avoir les quêtes les plus reloues du monde. Vous aurez 2 ou 3 quêtes excessivement intéressantes. Le reste, ce sera du caca emballé. Vous aimez le caca emballé, bien sûr. Ah, c'est... Comme dans tous les jeux Bethesda. T'arrives très proche jour du sommet, puis le jeu se dit ouais mais en fait t'aurais quand même dû prendre la vraie voie. Comme je suis quelqu'un de buté, parce que voilà. Ça va pas... De toute façon ça... La manière dont le personnage récupère les trucs n'a pas beaucoup de sens. Voilà en fait il te dit ouais c'est possible. En fait non. En fait non. Oui. En fait non. Et oui mais en fait non. Ouais puis je te... Enfin le tout. Ah non.
Setting up this beacon probably saved my life. Who knows how long I would have been stranded here.
Ils avaient vu en fait c'est... Au 30 ce petit con. Bravo, vraiment de la merde. Oh putain, je suis bloqué. Un peu suicide. Oui.
No problem. We're still climbing? What's wrong? I certainly hope scavengers... Oh, come on! Quit playing games! Damn it!
Beaucoup de... Oh, il est revenu.
Might as well take what we can.
Et... Non, je veux pas. Il y en a d'autres là en vous. Il y a eu un chougator. Aïe.
Give it your best shot. Bring it on. Ah! Through. I don't even need a gun.
So that's what those look like on the inside.
It's bigger on the inside.
We've located where the other shuttle went down. I can't believe our plan worked.
Well, we're not there yet. But damn, it does feel good. The telemetry data puts the wreckage out of range to hike. We're going to have to head back to the ship and land on a different part of the planet. Let's get going.
Très bien. Ouh, ça fait 1 heure de live. Bon. Ah, ça me dit.